Hey Jags, it's Mrs. Pena here to explain the instructions for week 2 of distance learning for English 2. So I want to show you a few of the documents that you'll see. I scheduled these tonight so that and these will be posted on Monday morning at 8 a.m. And so it looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. The first thing I have posted that you'll see tomorrow whenever you open the classwork tab. Oops. Let's go. There we go. The classwork tab is a distance learning survey. So that's just like a handful of questions that allow me to see where you're at and see how you're feeling about distance learning, and allows me also to see if there's anything that I can help you with for your English class. As far as distance learning goes, it's new for me and it may not be new for you, but like I said, if there's anything I can help you with, definitely fill out that Google form to let me know. The distance learning survey is simply that. It's just a survey and it is not a grade. The agenda for week 2 is what I'll be going over today, but I just want you to note, I want to show you that there's 3 posts that are going to be, that you will need to be especially careful of and note and open this week. So the first one is the actual text that we're studying this week, which is The Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass. The second one is the discussion questions. This is going to be your first daily grade for this week. Also, you need to make sure that whenever you open the file, you need to make a copy, and I'll go over this again in just a moment. Make a copy of it, and then make sure that your answers are at least 3 to 5 sentences long in order to receive credit. The next grade that you'll receive this week are over the text-dependent questions over the narrative life of Frederick Douglass, and that will be in a Google form. Okay? So, like I said, first I would like for you to do the distance learning survey just for me to see where you're at, and then then go ahead and start reading the text, which is the narrative life of Frederick Douglass. Now, just a warning that within the text-dependent questions and the discussion questions, it does say for you to use your annotated text. So to be very honest, because notice that this is the text itself is assigned as an assignment or is posted as an assignment. If I'm in your shoes, I wouldn't submit your annotations until I have finished the discussion questions and the text-dependent questions, okay? Just so that we can use it to go back to, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this week's agenda. So once again, we're going over the topic of education. Okay, so your essential question again this week is, how can education be used to create change? Before reading, I want you to consider the essential question about how can education be used to create change, and that's what we're going to be studying. This week's assignments are going to be due by this Friday, April 3rd, at 11:59 p.m. I can't believe it's already April. My goodness. All right. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about and what are your ideas on the goal of education? Can it help people overcome adversity or hardships? And I want you to be able to think of a couple of examples. Now keep in mind that you're simply just thinking about this and jotting it down. Maybe you have some notes that you've been taking for English throughout your distance learning experience, and that's where you'd want to write these. Okay, so when you open the text, I do want you to make a copy for yourself, because right now the settings are that you can view the file. So what you'll do is you'll go into File, Make a Copy, and then it'll be for you into your drive, okay? So this says, during reading, Frederick Douglass, born in 1818 and lived through in 1895, was an African-American social reformer, orator, and writer. He escaped from slavery, taught himself to read and write, and eventually became the leader of the abolitionist movement dedicated to ending the institution of slavery. In this excerpt of his 1845 autobiography, The Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass, he describes his experiences as a slave. As you read, take notes on the factors that motivated Douglass to educate himself. As you read, use the annotation tool in Google Docs to identify and annotate. Now, remember, it says to submit and turn in the completed assignment and confirm before exiting. I want you to do this part last because I want you to be able to use your text on the discussion questions and the text dependent questions, okay? Now, in order to annotate, remember that you can also use, like, you highlight the text and then you'll hit add comment. Okay, so once again, for your discussion questions, you'll open the Google document, you'll go File, make a copy, and save to your drive. After reading the article, I want you to answer these discussion questions, and I do want you to use your text in order to help you. Make sure that when you're finished with the document, you confirm before exiting and submit it. Now, remember that this is due on Friday by 11:59 p.m. Your quiz grade is a Google form, and I want you to complete the text-dependent questions using the Google form as well as your text to help you. And then these also need to be completed by 11:59 on Friday, okay? If you would like to learn more about the early life of Frederick Douglass, within this agenda, there's a YouTube video that's been posted. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. In your distance learning survey, there is a question where I asked you what time works best for Zoom tutorials. I just want to assure you that I am available to you at any time. If you need any help on these assignments, or if you need me to clarify the meaning of a question or what a question is asking, I just really want to help y'all succeed during this distance learning experience. I'm always available via email. And like I said, on the distance learning survey, there's a question that says, for Zoom tutorials, what time works best for you? If you're if you're a morning person like me, maybe 10 to 12 is best for you. If you're watching, helping out at home, maybe the afternoon is better for you. But like I said, I just want to make sure that I'm available to you at a time that works best for you. Okay, Jags. So if, as I've stated, if you need me, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week and happy learning.